Here we go!
Welcome to the Nintendo Power Zone, and this is the Pokemon Corner, a small show dedicated to all the news related to new Pokemon games. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we got our latest look at Pokemon Sword and Shield, and the trailer revealed a lot of cool things, but the Pokemon.com website has also given us a more in-depth look at some of the features of the game. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and jump right in, starting with the new Pokemon. And we have Galarian forms, and I am super excited about this. Alolan forms were some of the coolest thing about Pokemon Sun and Moon, and I'm glad to see that, you know, the Pokemon Company and Game Freak are bringing back this feature. So we're gonna go ahead and start with Galarian Weezing. So Galarian Weezing is category Poison Gas Pokemon. Its typing is Fairy and Poison, so it's a dual type. Its height is 9 foot 10 inches. Its weight is 35.3 pounds, and its ability is Levitate. Before we go ahead and read the character description for Weezing, I really want to get into its appearance because this is really ingenious design. Weezing has top hats, and the top hats are like smokestacks. So that is very legit. It's taking like the whole smog element of the Pokemon and doing that in a different way. Aside from that, the green smog that it emits is forming mustaches and goatees and eyebrows, and that is so really cool. I love all of this design. They did a good job. I even like the choice in the color, moving from, you know, the light purple to like a nice light gray. All of this looks very cool. So good job, Pokemon Company. This is a great Galarian form. So let's go ahead and move into its description. Galarian Weezing consumes polluted air and poisonous gases for sustenance. The air and gases absorbed will have toxins removed before being spewed out again from the tops of Weezing's heads. Apparently, the air produced through this purification process is very clean. Moving on to the second half of its description, poison gas gathers around its mouth. The toxins accumulated within Weezing's body form into concentrated poison gas clouds that leak out and drift around it. This gas is so potent that even a whiff is enough to stun and immobilize an opponent. It is Weezing's best weapon during battles. This is all freaking amazing. I love what they've done with Weezing. This is a very cool addition to Pokemon Sword and Shield. But moving on, we have another Galarian form that we gotta get into, and that's Galarian Zigzagoon. So what's really cool about this is, even though it's a Zigzagoon, this is still our first non-Kanto formed Pokemon, or region-based formed Pokemon. So we have Galarian Zigzagoon. Category is Tiny Raccoon Pokemon. Its typing is Dark and Normal. Its height is 1 foot 4 inches. Its weight is 38.6 pounds, and it has the ability Pickup and Gluttony. Let's go ahead and get into its description. The free-wheeling original species of Zigzagoon. The Zigzagoon of the Galar region move about however they like and never settle down. They are known to inhabit all areas of the region, including fields, forests, and even towns. There is some speculation that the zigzag movements of the Zigzagoon in other regions stem from the restless nature of Galarian Zigzagoon, which is considered to be the oldest branch of the species. So this is cool. We're getting some lore here for Zigzagoon. I mean, it's still a Zigzagoon, but that's still pretty cool that the character is getting some lore. Moving on to its second half of the description, it has a provocative attitude and enjoys battles. Galarian Zigzagoon enjoy battles and will charge at people and other Pokemon in an attempt to provoke a fight. This behavior usually succeeds in starting a battle with other Pokemon, but humans tend to think that Galarian Zigzagoon is just playing or showing affection. It seems to cause Galarian Zigzagoon some frustration when people don't get angry even though it's trying to provoke them. So this little Pokemon is an instigator, and I love it. Okay, first off, the design. It's got like a Kiss slash Suzy Sue motif. If you guys don't know who those bands are, you need to look them up. Especially people from like the UK, you should know who Suzy Sue is. Anyhow, I love this, but it's a Zigzagoon, so it does have an evolution. So let's go ahead and move into that evolution, Galarian Linoone. So this category is the rushing Pokemon. Its type is Dark slash Normal. Its height is 1 foot 8 inches. Its weight is 71.7 pounds, and it also has the ability of Pickup and Gluttony. So let's go ahead and get into its description. Super destructive charges. Galarian Lanoon can reach speeds of over 60 miles per hour and can deliver devastating tackles and headbutts. These attacks have enough destructive force to even knock a car away, but they can also throw Lanoon off balance if they miss. Moving into its second half of the description, it's popular among unhappy and angry youths. I don't know why that made me laugh. Galarian Lanoon are rash and fearless, and they will recklessly pick fights even with opponents stronger than themselves. Their fearlessness, as well as their tendency to attack opponents head-on, make Galarian Lanoon very popular among the disaffected youths of the Galar region who have nowhere to direct their frustration and anger. Wow, so this is basically the emo Pokemon. Galarian Lanoon also carries the motif of the Suzy Sue or the Kiss references. Again, you need to look those bands up if you don't know who they are. But aside from that, we did get new Pokemon, and one of those Pokemon is an evolution of Galarian Lanoon, and that is Obstagoon. So let's go ahead and break down Obstagoon. So its category is blocking Pokemon, its typing is Dark Normal, its height is 5 foot 3 inches, its weight is 101.4 pounds, and its ability is Reckless / Guts. Alright guys, so let's go ahead and learn a little bit more about Obstagoon. Living in the unique environment of the Galar region, some regional forms have developed unique evolutions unseen in any other region. Obstagoon, which evolves from Galarian Lanoon, is one example. So now that we know that, let's go ahead and learn more about it. Evolution spurred on by a harsh environment. The Lanoon of the Galar region live in harsh conditions compared to those found in other regions. With fierce competition against others of their species, their survival instincts have been honed as a result, leading to their evolution into Obstagoon. It uses Obstruct before counterattacking. Though Obstagoon is extremely combative, it seems that it doesn't often launch the first attack. It will taunt an opponent, goading it into attacking. When it does, Obstagoon will cross its arms and meet the oncoming attack with its Obstruct move. So this is cool. So this Pokemon may be an instigator, but it's intelligent enough to not throw the first punch, and it has a very cool design. I love how the fur looks like shoulder pads, and this is a bipedal form for the Pokemon, like Zigzagoon and Lanoon. Before that were quadrupeds, and in its evolution it has moved on to a bipedal form, and it looks very cool. I love the fact that it even has like a mohawk. This is really good design. Like, I know a lot of people may not like this design, but it has this very like hard-edged rock design to it. Definitely getting those Suzy Sue / Kiss vibes. But guys, Obstagoon wasn't the only new Pokemon we got a chance to see today. Today we got one more Pokemon, and it's called Morpeko. So let's go ahead and learn a little bit about Morpeko. Its category is the two-sided Pokemon. Its typing is Electric / Dark. Its height is 1 foot tall. Its weight is 6.6 pounds, and it has the ability of Hunger Switch, which is a brand new ability exclusive to Pokemon Sword and Shield. But guys, before we go ahead and get into Morpeko's like description, there's one more thing we need to read. Some Pokemon can change their form, often because of the effects of certain items or their own ability. Some of these form changes don't simply change the Pokemon's appearance though. They can also affect the type of moves or even change its ability. So with that being said, it's time to go ahead and get into Morpeko. It's always hungry no matter how much it eats. Morpeko constantly generates electricity with the sacs in its cheeks. This consumes energy, causing Morpeko to be constantly hungry. This is why Morpeko is always carrying around berry seeds, protecting them with care. They serve as a snack. Its appearance changes when it's hungry. When experiencing prolonged hunger, the balance of hormones within Morpeko's body changes. This causes its fur to change and trigger more aggressive and volatile behavior. The energy stored in its cheek sacs also changes from electric to dark type. So this is really cool, guys. I'm super excited. So we actually have information about its ability. Its ability Hunger Switch allows it to change forms. Morpeko's ability Hunger Switch is a new ability introduced in these titles. This ability causes Morpeko to change its appearance each turn. Morpeko's signature move, Aura Wheel, changes type depending on Morpeko's form. In Full Belly mode, the move is electric type, while in Hangry mode, the move becomes dark type. So guys, it has two forms. It has its base form, and then it has its hangry form. And I love the fact that it's called hangry form. Like hungry, angry, hangry. That is such a cool ability for a Pokemon. And if you're just looking at the Pokemon, it is definitely your Pikachu type for this game. It actually has a lot of similarities to like the Gen 1 Pikachu. It's much more round, It has the old cheek sacks. It looks like Pikachu. Even the color palette is very similar, yellow, brown, and black. Very reminiscent of your Gen 1 Pikachu style. It even has like a little lightning bolt like design on the back of its body that looks very reminiscent of Pikachu's tail. I love this Pokemon. This is your Pikachu type, but because of its dual typing, I'm hoping that makes it a little bit more viable. I like the typing of electric and dark. I think that might be really useful within the course of the game. I love this though. It is so freaking adorable, and it has those old school Gen 1 Pikachu vibes, which really make me happy. Alright, and so moving away from the Pokemon, we got some new characters, and our first new character revealed was Bede. I'm assuming that's how you say his name, or I really hope it's not Bede, but you never know. Bede is one of your rivals who is skilled at Pokemon battles and has the pride to match. He has joined the Gym Challenge, having received his endorsement from Rose, the chairman of the Galar Pokemon League. While he clearly is aiming to become champion, he seems to have other objectives as well. So, Bede's character design looks really arrogant and snobbish. He almost looks like the jerk rivals that we had in older Pokemon games like Blue and Silver. I hope that they're going back to a more jerky rival. I'm gonna hold my breath though, because we haven't had a jerk rival in such a long time. I wouldn't be surprised if he turns out to be like low-key really good. But he does have to have some ulterior motives, so we don't know what those are yet. We're just gonna have to wait for the game unless they want to release more information about him. Aside from that, his design is really weird. I mean, he's got like this blonde curly hair with the little cowlick at the top, and his purple overcoat with all the bags attached to it is kind of weird, and he's got the leggings on. But not a bad design, but also not one of the better designs we've seen from characters in this game. I mean, it is what it is. So let's go ahead and move into our next new character, and that's Marnie. Marnie is one of your rivals who has a competitive side. Together with her partner Morpeko, she aims to become champion of the Galar region in order to accomplish a certain goal. She has many passionate fans, thanks to her sense of style and calm, calculated battle strategies. So this is a much better design. She's really got this like punk rock essence to her. She's got like this pink dress, but she's got like the leather boots with the pink tips, the leather jacket that looks very cool. She's even got the choker chain around her neck. I like her design a lot. She's not new Bae. Nessa still holds the title of Bae for me in this game, but I can see a lot of people really enjoying Marnie because of her design. Alright, so now that we've talked about Marnie, it's time to go ahead and get into her rabid fan base, and that's Team Yell. Team Yell is a group of troublemakers who appear wherever the gym challenge takes you and who attempt to get in your way at every opportunity. They want nothing more than for Marty to become champion, and they will try to obstruct other challengers in all sorts of ways. They will take over hotel lobbies, prevent other challengers from accessing transportation, and even shout and distract opponents during battle. Whenever Marnie battles, it seems these Team Yell grunts are quick to appear, showing their support with Marnie print towels and also horns. So they are fanboys and fangirls for Marnie hardcore. But yeah, I mean, it's actually really neat that we have an evil team that might be dedicated to like nothing more than just overzealous fanboys of Marnie. That's an interesting take on your just overall evil team. I doubt that they're gonna be the main threat within the game. I think we're gonna have them be like a minor threat, similar to how Team Skull was in Pokemon Sun and Moon, where they actually were just like the minor threat and the major threat was a larger evil team. But guys, that's pretty much all the information we have on new Pokemon and new characters, but we did get some more information that was pretty much released exclusively on the Pokemon.com website. So if you haven't seen it in the trailer, it's because it wasn't there and you needed to go to Pokemon.com to get all this information. And so we have the last bit of news, and that is about one new feature of the game, and that's called Pokejobs. In the Galar region, it is very common for people and Pokemon to work together. Many corporations and universities request the help of Pokemon through what are known as Pokejobs. You can check available Pokejobs at the Rotami and Pokemon Centers. You'll also be able to send Pokemon from your boxes directly to any job you accept. The Pokemon you send will help out with the job, and the experience will even help them grow. There are many different Pokejobs available. You'll find certain Pokemon types are suited for specific jobs too. Helping out for a long time or setting as many Pokemon as you can on a job can also net some good results. You might even receive some rare items. So this is a really cool addition to Pokemon Sword and Shield. We've seen this type of mechanic in Nintendo games before. The game that I can most recently think about was Xenoblade Chronicles 2 had a very similar feature where you would send your blades out to perform missions and they would get experience and come back with rare items. I like the fact that that's something that has been incorporated into the mainline Pokemon games, because it gives your Pokemon that you're never gonna use on your main battle team something to do, and you can get gains from that, and I like that. I like when the Pokemon games give you the ability to get massive amounts of gains with minimal effort put in by the player itself. The same can be said for Pokemon Let's Go, both versions of the game. If you have the Pokeball Go Plus, if you put a Pokemon in the Pokeball Go Plus, you get a bunch of like rare candies and candies to help boost your Pokemon's stats. Easy gains for something you barely have to do, and I like when they do stuff like that. Tying into the Pokejobs is Rotomi. This is Rotomi, your new helper in the Pokemon Centers with a ton of features. You can accept jobs from the Rotomi you find in every Pokemon Center around the Galar region. Rotomi have many different features aside from Pokejobs too. You can access your boxes or even have a go at the Loto ID. So it looks like the Rotomi is going to function as your PC in this game, which that's very cool because the PC hasn't had a huge upgrade ever really in the Pokemon games. So it's going to be cool that the PC is going to have more functions, and the Pokejobs just seem like the perfect way to use the Rotomi. And it's called the Rotomi because it's the PC, but it's like a Rotom at the same time. Looks like Rotom have a lot of uses in the Galar region because you also have your Rotom phone here in this game. But guys, that's it. That's all the new information we got from the latest trailer and the Pokemon.com website. I really hope you enjoyed this edition of the Pokemon Corner. We haven't done one of these in a couple of years, so I'm really happy to be doing something like this. I did this one solo. Hopefully for the next one I'll have, you know, other members of the team. But I really want to get this information out as quickly as possible because I was super amped and I really needed to talk about all of this. Anyway guys, I'm going to go ahead and get out of your hair, but before I let you go, I got to hit you up with the social media links. You can hit me up on Twitter at NyceOne983. You can email me at NyceOne983@gmail.com. You can hit me up on Facebook, facebook.com/Nintendo Power Zone. If you're a fan of the Nintendo Power Zone podcast, you can always download new episodes on iTunes, Google Play Music, stream new episodes on Spotify and Stitcher Radio. But if you don't watch the video version of the show, you got to check us out right here on YouTube, youtube.com/Nintendo Power Zone. That's it for me, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to stay fresh. Deuces.